Welcome to the world of professional wrestling. A world where sport becomes a light show, a concert, and a pantomime. And for fans around the world, it's a sport that truly brings out the best in us. And yet, despite professional wrestlers being some of the best athletes in the world, my friends all seem to tell me the same thing.
Professional wrestling is fake.
Professional wrestling is fake.
Which is why I went to the Top Rope Wrestling Academy in Burnley to find out just how fake it really is.
Right, not bad.
This is Hassan Hedri,
Listen, it's not bad at all.
better known as professional wrestler Sheikh El Sham.
Underhooks, whip.
A wrestler of 6 years, this is where Hassan trains the next generation of wrestlers.
You need to stay in that grounded position. If you're crawling over to him, number one, it looks terrible. Yeah? Number two, why would he not flip over and put you in a submission of a pin?
Here's why he loves a sport many believe isn't real.
Why would he kick out like that?
It's a passion. It's something that I've loved for as long as I can remember.
Why are you moving back? Way!
It's not just putting on a performance and being in the middle of the ring. You know, it's about being able to execute and perform the moves safely.
One of the reasons professional wrestling is classed as fake is because it's predetermined. Winners and losers are decided before the athletes get into the ring. Despite that, however, there's a legitimate claim that the sport is competitive like any other.
There's competitive elements in every single sport, regardless of predetermined or not. You always want that top spot. You want to be the guy or the girl who the promoter invests their money in and who the fans want to see.
So, what does it take to become a fan favourite?
It's all about appearance and if you look physically strong, it's all about being able to go for long matches, putting on good shows and constantly being there on an athletic level where you stand out and you've got to make yourself look the part.
Professional wrestling may be predetermined, but that doesn't mean that the moves aren't painful. Well, since you can't seem to talk right now, I guess I'll take things over from here. And even though wrestlers aren't trying to hurt each other, they are still at risk. And some of those risks can have serious consequences.
I've torn a muscle off my shoulder. I've had a snapped elbow, broken fingers, and things like that really.
And one of the contributing factors for these injuries is the design of the ring.
So the ring is combined with steel, metal and wood with a really thin layer of padding that goes on top. And the spring that a standard sort of ring has underneath, just like a boxing ring. So if you've ever felt a boxing ring, it feels exactly the same.
There's a real bumps that those guys take. You know what I mean? They affect their bodies, they hurt when you wake up the next day. The best way to explain it is like having a car accident and feeling whiplash the next day. That's near enough every day.
However, precaution and care is taken to ensure wrestlers perform the moves as safely as possible.
You know what I mean? But he does it all in one.
It's something that you learn as well, like to protect yourself. Like you won't, when you're being coached, stuff like tuck your chin and stuff like that to protect your neck and stuff like that. It's like a fear element, I think, at first for myself. But not the same for everybody. But yeah, it's easily avoidable if you're just doing the right things.
From Hassan and his trainees, the message is simple. Don't judge a book by its cover.
For me, I kind of challenge anybody who has that sort of point of view to maybe come in and take a bump in the ring and see how it sort of feels yourself.
The stuff we do in the ring is highly athletic and incredibly painful if you don't do it safely and correctly.
I'd just say to give it a go themselves, to be honest. People think because it's predetermined that the moves that you do and stuff aren't that fake, for example, but A lot of the moves still hurt, you still get a lot of injuries, but you'll never know that unless you try it yourself.
Much about Ale.
Pin. 1, 2.
News at Leeds.